Mm. Hada hada. My little honey drops think I'm gonna be late? That I'm gonna abandon them some more? Nonsense. Hello, people. I see you, Dr. Jekyll and Leonix, in the chat having a nice back and forth. Where the hell do you live that you went to the beach in January? Either you went to a very cold and snowy beach or you are somewhere that it's actually warm. Yes, of course the bear is here. I just needed a few more minutes to, get ready and settle in, make my drink. Australia, right, you have mentioned that. Sorry, it can be tricky for me to keep up with the various folks in and about. A cold, desolate beach can be fun. It's quite, at least, very true, very true. I have gone beachcombing, when was it last time? I think it may have been March or a really nice day in February. And by nice day in February, I mean 50 degrees. Yeah, as long as you don't go in the water. Although I did test that one time. Because around here, if the air suddenly gets really warm, but it's still like early spring, they will put warnings out. So it's like, don't be fooled. The cold water can and will kill you. So I just, stepped in very shallow, like barely made it up my shins. And I wanted to throw up. The pain from that cold was oof. Nude beach, still on my bucket list. I've not been to a nude beach, but I have gone to clothing optional events. Very nice. Contrary to pop culture belief, nude beaches aren't filled with like sexy folks. It's just general bodies. And it's always the ones that aren't like supermodel good looks that are most comfortable. I do remember this one guy with a very impressive set of balls. You could see it before he would arrive, and you're just... Nice gentleman, though. Very friendly. But yeah, it has been pretty chilly. Been a mixture of ice and melting ice and more ice and melting ice. It's been a week. I'm trying to remember, what day was it? We had freezing rain. My car was encased in ice. I had to chip away around the gas panel. 'Cause it's one of those trigger open, and it wouldn't open because it was iced. It more for confident type of area? Yes. You either have to be very confident or just not give a fuck. And for me, I had to no longer give a fuck before I gained that confidence. But trust me, having like various types of conversations from like latest movies you've seen to the weather to general politics to just what's going on in your lives, you do that completely naked with another naked person or another naked person and a clothed person, it just becomes so normalized you don't even really think about it. Although I do remember at the time, we were some of the youngest people there. We were like in our late 20s at the time. Still, very fun time. It was a part of a kinky camping event. Too bad it's no longer being run, because the people that hosted it just have to take care of their own lives. You know how it goes. Trying to think. Anything else nice happened to anyone during the week? Wild weather you had to go through? Life events? Sad but understandable? Yeah, pretty much. Because, like, they couldn't do it last year. And I'm thinking 2 years ago they couldn't do it. And then last year they said they were going to do it, but ended up canceling. And that was at the point everyone's like, yeah, they're done. They can't anymore. Miss Hyde gave me the confidence for the beach with no shirt now. Hooray! It can be, tricky. Just getting comfortable enough to go around showing off more of your body. We've been inundated with body messages for decades. So, of course, we're constantly doubting how it is we look, which sucks. And as confident as I try to be about it, even I fall victim to it. Where like, I don't look good today. Just hide everything. Get the sweats. Get the hoodies. Hide it. And other times I'm like, yep, I'm here. You cannot douse my confidence. Get the fuck out of my way. Although I guess it's even funnier for you guys to hear that from a literal grizzly. But I can be a very, very fashionable. Although I can't really talk much, like, what was it? It was 2019 when I wore a bikini for the first time in my adult life. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm not going back to a one piece now. I look great. I don't care how big my belly is. Just to make sure my back ain't all marked up where I wear with pride. I finally got around to watching Civil War and Warfare, and they were both great, even though Warfare was much better than Civil War. Very good to hear, very good to hear. I'm trying to think, did I watch anything? I've still got to, watch more things. I still need to watch Slaughterhouse. I'm still not sure exactly how you pronounce it, but I have the tab up, along with a million other tabs. I actually started looking through the Internet Archive and IMDb to look up horror movies that are in the public domain, since someone threw out the idea of doing like horror host type stuff. So I had to find some ideas for what to do. And yeah, I'm sure I will love that movie. I don't know. Maybe if I still have enough energy by the end of this stream, I'll watch it before going to bed, or who knows? Maybe hold me to it. Hold me to it. I will watch it before next stream, and if I don't, you may mock me mercilessly, more than y'all already do. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So the various movies that I found, some of those I were surprised that they were in the public domain, like Slumber Party Massacre, The Driller Killer. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that. When I do eventually start doing it, I haven't decided exactly when yet. I am torn between having the inaugural episode be Night of the Living Dead, which is like, because it's in the public domain, it has the world record of appearing in the most amount of movies. Like, various movies, if they need something playing on the TV in the background, if they can get away with it, they'll play Night of the Living Dead. My other idea was Monos Hand of Fate, which is supposed to be like one of the worst movies ever made. It's got like 1.7 on IMDb, which is the exact same score as Birdemic, which I've not seen Birdemic, but I've seen reviews of it, and it's like, yeah, this is all I can take of this. Yeah, not watching the movies we suggest and abandoning us. God fucking damn it. I have one good idea for a threat to scare y'all straight, but it's kind of a nuke, so I'll hold back for a while. Ooh, the Smoke 519 just subscribed. Thank you for joining the Honey Drops. Although I wonder, because I do have this kind of setup with like Twitch, even though I haven't streamed on. I had a different account in which I tried streaming on Twitch, twitching on stream. And it flopped. So this is still, it's still kind of hooked up to it, so getting the little alerts. It'd be funny if you guys heard my subscriber alert. It will probably backfire on you, mutually assured destruction. We will see. We will see. I'm just going to hold it close, and I'll let it loose when it's time. Because, yeah, some of y'all just too kinky to threaten. Hi, Laughingstock. The remake version with Tony Todd. Oh, mother. Bless Tony Todd. I will forever be sad that he is gone. I don't think I've seen the remake with him. I've only seen the original one. Sometimes I hesitate to watch remakes. Just, I'm afraid that it's going to treat the source material poorly. Happy Friday indeed. We survived another week. And I always loved the story. Oh, the remake is directed by Tom Savini. All right, you have convinced me. Not only Tony Todd, but Tom Savini. Yes. This is a good combination. What was I saying? Oh, I love the story of how Night of the Living Dead went into public domain, and that's why it's used so much. Because it was registered under a different name. The original name was not Night of the Living Dead. It was Night of the Flesh Eaters. And that's the name that the copyright was placed under. But once they changed the name, it wasn't under a copyright anymore, and it slipped into the public domain. How's my day been? A bit stressful. A bunch of running around doing this and that. But I've made it. And I have my self-medication, let's say. I promise I don't abuse it. I try to be responsible of that. I grew up around addicts, so I try to be very conscientious of my intake. But yeah, the other movie I was thinking of, Monos, Hands of Fate, which I've not seen, but I've heard so much about. And I was also thinking of, what's the director's name again? I always forget how to pronounce it. Alejandro Jodorowsky. He is, if memory serves, a Mexican director. He's done some acid trip movies. Holy Mountain, El Topo, Santa Sangre, and those are just the ones I've seen. You will not understand it. When I say surreal, it is surreal. And I know for a fact that during the making of the Holy Mountain, almost everyone was high on LSD during the entire filming, to the point where there were almost serious injuries. I would definitely want to share Holy Mountain or Santa Sangre. Santa Sangre, or Holy Blood, is the closest movie he has to having an understandable plot, which is much. And as much as I would love to share, also have El Topo, the opening minutes have a nude child, and I'm not broadcasting that. Just especially with the grok bullshit going on, and no, I'm not doing that. It is for artistic ways, and it's definitely representative of childhood innocence and purity, but we don't need that. We do not need that in our lives right now. These are the type of movies that I would see out of Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, that's the idea. I'm not sure how well I can do an MST3K sort of deal. Especially if I don't have someone next to me to bounce off of. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Who knows? Maybe I'll find someone to collab with as we have our movie days. That'll be fun. I imagine I would have to chop the whole thing up when I post it on YouTube, so it doesn't get flagged, even though it should be, public domain, but you never know with that bullshit. That sound familiar? What sounds familiar? Mystery Science Theater? Or one of the other movies I'm talking about? I think I've only seen a few episodes of MST3K. I am more familiar just with the little skits that they do in between. Like Crow, Tom Servo, all that fun shit. Are those the ones that commentary in the corner of the stream? Yes, that is them. And used to be just on cable TV, before internet streams were a thing. And then they went and did something called riff tracks. So you could play it alongside watching a movie, because that way they wouldn't break copyright stuff by trying to like resell the movie, even if it's got their own commentary in front. I don't know how Creative Commons covers that, if at all. My knowledge of copyright law and copyright infringement and intellectual property in general is pretty limited. At the very least, I can tell when a line is about to be crossed. Remember those were awesome and funny? Yeah, pretty much. A lot of funny jokes. If I were to do, like, even the movies that I like and respect, I think I would just have to force myself to make the stupid jokes, because guess what? A bunch of the original Universal monster movies are in the public domain, like Dracula with Bela Lugosi and Frankenstein with Boris Karloff. Interestingly enough, I didn't see the Boris Karloff mummy movie in there, but that one's kind of dull, especially when compared to the Brendan Fraser mummy movie classic. Everyone's bisexual awakening or bi panic. So what shall we do first? Because I've been just doing some progress in my Minecraft building. I think I'm clocking in at over 30 hours of play in the month or so since I last did it. Of just building my little mansion under the hill and just fucking around until something fits. But I also have a bunch of quotes that some of you guys had been requesting of me, including Rust from True Detective. Who else do I got? Roy Batty from Blade Runner, the Lich from Adventure Time, and I even have, Breaking Bad, and one that I thought of that I really liked was various lines of Alex DeLarge from A Clockwork Orange. I very much enjoy that movie. Yeah, I gathered a bunch of quotes, mainly off of IMDb. That site has become very useful in tonight's stream, I have noticed. But basically the stuff where I don't have to bounce off of someone, so I can just do the little monologue style. Even though one of them, one of the Breaking Bad ones, I would probably just do Walter White's side, because it's the you're goddamn right little back and forth with Declan. A lot of these I actually haven't seen for various reasons. Breaking Bad, I just wasn't in the mindset, the headspace when it started airing. I haven't seen True Detective because I don't have HBO. A lot of the times I just can't justify the cost. I do have other streaming things, but it's just so goddamn much, and trying to keep up with where everything is at any given time. Like, The Thing was free on YouTube for a while, and then it dropped and went to a bunch of other streaming sites that I need to pay for. So fuck that shit. The Sopranos or The Wire? Afraid not. I haven't watched a lot of TV lately. I mean, hell, I haven't even started watching Fallout Season 2, because that's one of those shows that I'm watching with others, and the coordination has been hell. Although I probably should use that as an excuse to binge Season 1 again. I mean, I just heard that Episode 4, which just released, has the motherfucking Death Claw. So that'll be awesome. And that's another one of those things where I know, like, of Fallout pretty damn well, but I've never finished one. I remember trying, I think it was number 3, but I kept getting, like, confused about the mechanics, and then I started playing 4, and I think life took over, and so I just couldn't. And then I had to delete it because it's such a big game, and my computer needed more space. That thing. No one actually finishes a Fallout game. That's fair. I've heard of very few people finishing Bethesda games. Hard time with Fallout 1? Maybe. Maybe. Good on you then. I remember playing it, and some of the details I remember, I was at like level 11 when I finished the Fus Roda. But my younger brother, who had started, way ahead of me, he was at like level 70 and still hadn't completed Fus Roda. Because, he just like, go over there now, go over there, up there, down there, all around. All of them? Jesus. And I remember the Xbox version was the one I played. Yeah, the Xbox 360 for that one. Favorite was Fallout Tactics. Think before Bethesda took over Black Isles. Wow. Fallout New Vegas for the PS3, but never played it. Ooh. Yeah, that can be rough when you're like, I have this game. I'm gonna play it. It'll be fun. It sits on the shelf forever. I've been guilty of that too, though. I think it's kind of like an ADHD thing, where it's like, the stars are not in alignment for this. It cannot happen today. And then the stars never align. But it was interesting when I played 4, since that's the one that starts you off in Massachusetts. And I had to laugh because it's like, no, getting from Boston to Lexington to Concord, it's way more than that. But, you gotta brush it off because it's a game. And if you had it real life scale, it would take you fucking forever. And it would just make you melt your brain. Love it. It's awesome. And the lore is great. I love a game with good lore. I think the first one that I really got into, although I have slipped out of knowing all the lore, is Legend of Zelda series. I've been a fangirl of that since forever. How accurate it was to you? I'm afraid I'm not understanding the question fully. How accurate it was? Oh, yeah, the distances. Yeah, like, it's a while to get from Boston to Concord, even if you're using the commuter rail. That's like 20, 30 minutes by train. Even longer by car. God help you trying to get out of the city. Unless it's like dead ass middle of the night. Names of some places and location. So if you're taking out the distance, the general location of everything is fairly accurate. At least in terms of cardinal directions. But yeah, I am a born and bred masshole, even though I don't live there anymore. I do kind of miss it though, just familiarity. Familiarity breeds complacency. But yeah, it's yeah. It was mainly the fact that it took place mainly in Massachusetts that got my attention. Like, oh, I know these places. I can play. I think I would like to see their representation of it. It's like anything of people from Massachusetts and Boston and what have you. We almost never see ourselves represented in film. And when we do, it's always with that stupid sounding Bostonian accent, which is really only for South Boston, which is where all the blue-collar Irish immigrants, descendants, and the Italians are from. See, I can't even do it myself. My parents never allowed me to develop that accent. Never let any of us do it. remake or remaster New Vegas. You can play it on the modern consoles. Isn't it available on Steam? I heard they're working on it. Do a shadow drop. Ooh. See, I want to say that it's on Steam. And I'm going to check because now I'm curious. The Departed. Of course you think of The Departed. Everyone always thinks of The Departed. Yeah, Fallout New Vegas is on Steam. Let's see. It is with the DLC. Oh. No. Oh, damn, they released it in 2010. Fallout New Vegas Ultimate, which has Dead Money, Honest Hearts, New Vegas Old World Blues. Yeah, so that's got a bunch of DLC on it. You don't have a computer? God damn. Then, yeah, just use Steam Deck if you must. But, yeah, I have located it for you, so you can go play the game. Good way to spend 30-ish bucks. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, some of the other Boston locale movies that are pretty fun are Boondock Saints, although a lot of it, a lot of the smaller locales were filmed in Toronto, I want to say. Definitely a Canadian city. Although some of the bigger places, like I've been to and I know of, like Copley Plaza. There was another one, I just had it. I've mentioned this in other places, but Black Mass, which is the Whitey Bulger movie where Johnny Depp plays him. He does it really well, by the way. Yeah, everyone's doing a Bostonian accent, but the worst Boston-style accent I've ever heard from an actor, Benedict Cumberbatch, who not only did a Bostonian accent, but a Kennedy-style Boston accent. That was painful. That was so painful for me to sit in the theater and just endure it. Boondock Saints sequel, I remember enjoying. Definitely not as good as the first one, but fun. Definitely fun is a word I would use to describe it. No one speaks like Kennedy. I'm pretty sure he made that up. No, the Kennedys, the family talks like them. I think it's also a mix of like a Cape Cod accent, Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, all those hoity-toity rich people places. Because again, the accent that you hear in The Departed is South Boston, working class, blue collar. That is where you're going to hear that accent. You can walk around Boston proper and you will barely hear that word. You'll barely hear anything that sounds like it. Granted, it's also a pretty good tourist hub, especially in the summer. Way back when it was still kind of a fun fad, I would go to Park Street, right outside the Green Line station, and hold up a free hugs sign. I would just go there once a week, hold up my cardboard sign for hours and hours, getting so sunburned, but making so many people happy, and it felt good. It felt good. Although post-pandemic, it's really hard to try to even consider doing that again. And there was at least one creepy guy that kept, creeping. His nickname was Spare Change John. Because he had this thick, smoker's voice. You wouldn't be surprised to see actual cigarettes lining his esophagus. I'm not going to be able to do it justice, because it's like, anyone have any spare change? Yeah, he was a creep that needed help. But yeah. But at least almost everyone else was really cool. I got mobbed by a camp outing once. Like just a bunch of campers taking a tour through the city. And they're like, free hugs! I'm like, oh shit. And I had to brace myself as like 20 middle school age kids just dogpile on me. It was good though. It was good. Yeah, I'm not very good with accents. Um, I think the most I can try to do is trying to sound like a natural if I try to speak in other languages, which I'm also not good at because my memory sucks ass. Um, like when I was talking about the movie Holy Blood, I'd like go and say Santa Sangre. It's Santa Sangre. Yeah, I try to show a little respect to the uh, language of origin, but I also accept that English is a hodgepodge language. It is. English doesn't borrow from other languages. It lures them into a dark alley, beats them up, and rummages through their pockets for spare grammar. So I think like it's been a good long enough warm up. Um, think of Mystic River, Boston accent. Yeah, it's always Mystic River and The Departed when people think of movies with Boston accents or just taking place in Boston. Oh, fun! That was the other one I was trying to think of. The Ryan Reynolds movie, Free Guy. A lot of that was filmed in Boston. Like I could take you to some of those places. Like, oh, I know where that is. Oh, that's the financial district. Oh, that's in downtown Crossing. Oh, again, oh God, it's been so long since I've actually lived near Boston. I miss it. I miss it. Mark Wahlberg. Fuck Mark Wahlberg. That's, yeah, I was very thrilled when I heard anytime any filming happens in my neck of the woods, I get thrilled. Because I'm sure there are plenty of people in like New York City, Toronto, LA. They're pretty desensitized to filming, I would expect. Especially the places where you get tax breaks for filming. Excuse me. I would expect them to not be so surprised, even though, yeah, they would probably still swarm. Actually, I think part of Don't Look Up was filmed. I think near the Boston Aquarium. 'Cause I think that's where there was sightings of DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. That's who played opposite him, right? Oh. So I did promise trying to do some character interpretations, because it's going to take me a little while to put out the videos that I have planned for it, because I want to add outro music, because I think that'd be pretty cool. So I reached out to my DJ friend, DJ Zydrate. It's like, hey, do you take commissions? What's your rate for like 30 to 45 seconds? And he's like, I'll give you the homie discount. I'll do it for free. Like, okay. But it's not going to be pro bono. It's going to be quid pro quo. He makes this music for me. And then whenever he wants, I will do, what's the term for it? Samples. Spoken samples to use in his future music. Yeah, DJ Zydrate, really fun guy, good friend. Definitely recommend him for your listening pleasure or just visiting any venue that he's performing at. Okay. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to do some like live and see how well I can do some of it. and maybe get some critiques. Because I'm not expecting y'all to kiss my ass every time I do a performance. If you think there's something I can do better, please say so. I will accept constructive criticism. Just no pure insults, because that's unnecessary. And I hope you all guys are the kind of crowd that knows the difference. So I think I'll start with the first one because it's really short and most everyone should know it. Roy Batty from Blade Runner. Everyone knows this very short performance. Brutally honest, as long as it's the honesty that's more important and not the brutality. I think that's my favorite breakdown of the problem with brutal honesty is just the focus on being brutal instead of being honest. I want to see more positive, brutal honesty. Like, dude, that outfit you're wearing, you look fucking amazing. Sorry, I'm being brutally honest. We need more of that in the world. Okay. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die. I kind of wish there's more I could do with that, though, unless like I did it in a purely original way. Sometimes it's good to kind of, I guess, copy. You get a feel for how the original performer did it, and then give it your own spin. So you're the same way you want people to help you writing? Absolutely. Wait, needleworker come? Oh yeah. Sorry, it took me a second. Yeah, you're the one who wrote the Caring Bounty Hunter. Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm very excited to do more of that series because it was after I read the second installment that I'm like, all right, this is going somewhere that I think I want to be a part of. R.I.P. Rutger Hauer. I loved his performance in Blade Runner and The Hitcher. He was also amazing in Sin City. I also still need to watch Hobo with a Shotgun. Right, I forgot that's a movie that exists. I don't remember him in Sin City. Trying to think, what character would he have been? Was it? It wasn't the governor, was it? Like, Rutget. That was good. I'll say a bit more of a sad. Yeah, okay. That's good. That's good, because I actually, like, rewatched the clip earlier. So let's see. Give me a second. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die. Right, the one who took care of Kevin, Elijah Wood's character. Right. That's actually the one I was thinking of, but I couldn't remember if it was a governor or a preacher. You get mixed up sometimes. Well, that's good. I did not realize that was him, but that's still really cool. Yeah, everyone loves his performance in Blade Runner, because Blade Runner's a good movie. I don't think I have seen enough of the versions to make my own decision of which one I feel is best. Like, theatrical versus director's cut. Although I can definitely tell you, when watching Brazil, never watch the happy ending. The Love Conquers All. That's the name of that cut. Fuck that cut. Ooh, I gave you chills. Huzzah! Final cut of Blade Runner is the definitive. Okay, final cut. Definitive. There. And this is one I will probably also do a proper recording of. Let's see if you guys will recognize it, or how long until you recognize it. These are 2 parts from different episodes, but I'm doing it out of order because I think it flows better when read like this. Before there was time, before there was anything, there was nothing. And before there was nothing, there were monsters. Fall. You are alone, child. There is only darkness for you, and only death for your people. These ancients are just the beginning. I will command a great and terrible army, and we will sail to 1 billion worlds. We will sail until every light has been extinguished. You are strong, child, but I am beyond strength. I am the end, and I have come for you, Finn. Oh good, you did recognize it as the Lich. A hollow voice and sadder voice the same. I think there's overlap in like a Venn diagram sense, because sad, we all understand what a sad voice sounds like, you know. Close to tears, emotional. Hollow is when you are just empty, when you have cried and wailed to the point where you don't feel anything anymore. So that's how I would think of a hollow voice, which I could probably do if I focused on it enough. Because I like to think that what I do performance-wise is the original meaning of method acting. Because modern day method acting, people just think of you sticking in character for God knows how long, or whatever the hell Jared Leto's doing. The original teaching of method acting, which I think was developed in like the 50s or 60s, I know James Dean followed it, is just to draw upon your own lived experiences. And so if I need a certain emotion, I'll think of something that made me feel that emotion. I'll put my brain there and voila. Oh, you gotta go now already, Laughingstock? Well, at least you got to hear some fun performances. Always a pleasure to have you. Bye-bye. When I think of Hollow, I tend to picture someone who is at the end of their tether, but there is no rage, no fear. It's just over, and there is some strange peace in that. May or may not have a weird love of the macabre. Well, you're in the right place. Because I very much enjoy the macabre. I like the darker shit. That's kind of where I got inspiration for Null the Necromancer. Because I was just kind of building up this unique universe of sorts, but I didn't know in what way to build up with it. Like just random character and deities, a pantheon. So I just tried making it into a script and using that. And that actually makes me really happy. Like the things that I come up with, these characters or situations or themes, but I don't have enough for a full story. But doing it like an ASMR RP, it doesn't matter how many holes I leave in it. It's just a snapshot of time or characters or what have you. But yeah, There is very much a love of the macabre here on this channel. But yeah, I agree with your definition of hollow, because I've definitely had my hollow moments. Not fun, but it's something to draw on, I guess is something to say. I have a number of things from True Detective of Rust. And again, even though I haven't seen True Detective, I know I really need to. I think it's really only you should watch the first season because the rest aren't as good, I think is what I've heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I did find some clips of like Best of Rust and Matthew McConaughey. I don't know what just happened there. And so I could definitely do it, but good God. Like 10 years ago, I would have eaten that shit up, but I just can't stand pessimists anymore. I'm an optimistic, I subscribe to optimistic nihilism. Nothing matters, there is no purpose in life, so have fun and seek happiness. Help others, you know? Stay the hell away from seasons 2, 3, and Night Country. Noted. Again, I heard that season 1 was the only good one. Just ignore that the rest of them exist. Kind of similar to Joss Whedon's Dollhouse. He really only came up with a story for one season because he'd been burned by Fox so many times. He's like, yeah, they're gonna cancel me anyway, so just let me have this much. And they're like, brilliant, we're giving you season 2. And he just goes, I have nothing. Alright, I'll do a couple of the short ones, then maybe one of the longer shits. Let's see. Life's barely long enough to get good at one thing, so be careful what you get good at. Do you ever wonder if you're a bad man? No, I don't wonder, Marty. World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Don't even need to watch any of the other seasons because True Detective is an anthology series. I don't think I knew that part. True Detective Season 1 is the one and only best season. That's fair. Sometimes that just happens. Like, that's one of the arguments I've heard for Stranger Things. How it was supposed to be an anthology type series where each season would be different, but there was such explosive popularity that they milked the fuck out of it. Be good to others, help folks. Our time is limited, our impact is not. We can make things better. Exactly. I hate the kind of pessimistic nihilism that is like, there's no point to everything, so fuck it. It's like, fuck you. Like American Horror Story, right. I fell off watching American Horror Story during Hotel. I just remember it was losing me. I think Asylum and Freak Show were the ones I liked the most. I really wanted to like Coven, but it's very hit and miss, which is a shame. I should mute the ringer on that. Ooh. Yeah, that's my phone alert. Yeah, and like, no offense to Lady Gaga. I haven't seen her in many things. Maybe she's just attracted by bad scripts, who knows. But just like the writing, I think the child vampire angle threw me off, because that just seemed like secondhand embarrassment and panic waiting to happen, and that just killed my enjoyment. I should see Ratchet. I have seen Ratchet. Is there a season 2 to it? Because I remember seeing the first season, and I enjoyed that. Yes, I know it has very little true connection to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but I have consumed fan fiction, fan art, fan series, so I can appreciate a breakaway. not everything needs to be taken as canonical. That is the strength of anthology shows. Problem is, a bad season can make you forget the show exists. That's fair. Like, I love anthology horror movies because the longer you have a horror story, the more you explore the scary thing, and especially in like American movies, they over-explain. And once you have that, once you've lost the mystery, guess what? You've lost the horror. So it needs to be short. That's why I like, the VHS series, although again, I have fallen behind because I used to have a subscription to Shudder, but now I don't. It's this, that, and the other. I liked ABCs of Death. That was fun. What were some other anthologies I've seen? Creepshow, classic. What were some other ones? And just the various short horror movies I find on YouTube, because those are also fun. You don't need a lot. You just need a snippet to creep you out and enough questions that you don't know what's coming. Hail Rotma. As a fan fiction writer, canon is meant for one thing, to tell me how I can break it to make it more interesting. And if I cannot, then I simply experiment by putting characters in a blender. Yes, that is how it is done. I mean, hell, people talk about weird ships and shipping. Motherfucker, I have seen crack ships. I survived 2012 Tumblr. You can get through that. You can get through anything. And that's just people having fun with characters. Good God. VHS Halloween. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to remember the last one I saw. It was was it 87 or 99? One of those. I think 99 was the last one I saw. I could be wrong. I could even be mentioning the numbers wrong. I do remember liking 87, though. Although it's funny, the one with the white supremacist group, I initially thought it was a time loop and not a poor bastard regenerating. That just shows you what I was consuming at the time. I think I'm going to read one more Rust thing, and then I'm going to do some Clockwork Orange, because I really like that movie. The only ones that I didn't watch and don't like due to its obvious bad direction were 99 and Viral. Viral was the third one, right? Because that one was shit. Especially the wraparound story. What the fuck even was that? Anyway. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean when I'm talking about time and death and futility. Alright, there are broader ideas at work. Mainly what is owed between us as a society for our mutual illusions. 14 straight hours of staring at DBs, these are the things you think of. You ever done that? You look in their eyes, even in a picture. Doesn't matter if they're dead or alive, you can still read them. You know what I see? They welcomed it. Not at first, but right there in the last instant. It's an unmistakable relief. See? Because they were afraid. And now they saw for the very first time how easy it was to just let go. Yeah, they saw in that last nanosecond, they saw what they were. You, yourself, this whole big drama, it was never more than a jerry-rig of presumption and dumb will, and you could just let go. To finally know that you didn't have to hold on so tight. To realize that all your life, you know, all your love, all your hate, all your memories, all your pain, it was all the same thing. It was all the same dream, a dream that you had inside a locked room, a dream about being a person. And like a lot of dreams, there's a monster at the end of it. Good evening, K2. just starting doing some, trying to do some character interpretations. Having fun reading off Roy Batty, the Lich, Rust. Oh, damn, I forgot about this. I have a new addition to this little toggle. And if I'm going to be reading off stuff, I should dress for the part, shouldn't I? Yay. What a way to start watching. That was good. Thank you. I get a bit hesitant when I try to do something that's more stony or emotionless, because I get nervous that it gets seen as flat or wooden. Like, it's just very hard to do. Yes, I have some books. Books. Floaty books, because that's fun. Yeah, I definitely think having books like this is partly going to be become a part of my general aesthetic and my character backstory. TBD. Because God knows how long it's going to take me to do all this, and it's definitely not going to be done in time for my 1-year anniversary, but oh well, c'est la vie. These things happen. I've got a good voice for being wistful. Yeah, I see what you mean. I was trying to do more of, like for Rust, he's pessimistic. That's the word he uses to describe himself. And again, I've done that in other scripts, or I've tried to, when you just have, like the gruff personality and the world weary, sick and tired of all the bullshit. And it sounds flat. Like, sometimes if I listen to it, I can hear very subtle distinctions, but then I worry that no one else is going to hear it, so it's just going to sound like a bad performance. That and nerd outs, thank you. That one I can definitely guarantee I am full of. I am full of nerd outs and info dumps, and occasionally a good crash out. The glasses with the books is generally wonderful look. Thank you. When I started streaming, I was also doing readings. I don't know how long you've been a follower for that. So I just had the book and the glasses because it would just get you in the mood, get you in the idea. And the books, the floating books I just got because, just looking around Etsy for other assets to use. And these just seemed really fun. Although I gotta say, it takes a toll, because I have to search the info and study the background, the items, to make sure that they're not AI generated. I can't. I just can't. No, I can't condone it. Like, and if you see Gen AI stuff on my streams, on my channel, odds are I couldn't tell. It bypassed me or something. But know that I do not intentionally use generative AI. I try not to purchase things that are made with generative AI. And the artists that I'm looking into for my character design, character model, future rigging, I'm getting off of VGen, which blatantly says no generative AI. Everything is artist made, artist owned. They don't do any of that theft bullshit. The I'm Home from the Rebel series was one of those lines that really got me. Yeah, very much important because, as I've mentioned, I do not support generative AI. And again, I try to that's not the word I want, differentiate. Generative AI is fucking bullshit. And it's useless. So fucking useless. Like, any job that tries to replace their people with Gen AI, guess what? They have to hire like 2 people for every job they replace with AI just to make sure that the AI works. It doesn't fucking work. However, AI by itself is not a boogeyman. There's analytical AI, which is the stuff that, for one thing, is the kind that tries to look for cancer. There is the AI in video games for the various characters, especially the fucking ones that you have to deal with in escort missions. But yeah, I've got a 7-minute rant posted of me just venting all of that. See, take massive pride in what I do being done without generative AI. It can be hard to spot sometimes, for sure. Yeah. You just have to be more and more critical. You have to look for any mistakes and the weight. The weight is a very easy giveaway for if it's Gen AI, because things will move, but you can't feel the weight behind it. But guess what? Hand-drawn animation can do that. CGI can do that. But yeah, there's the people that try to push AI art just want the end result. They have no enjoyment of the art of creation, of the act of creation. Because I can't tell you how many times I've worked on physical projects, and either I have no idea where it's going to go, but I have a starting point, or if I have a general idea, but something piques my curiosity, like, I wonder if I do it like this, and it works so much better than my original idea. Prompts can't do that. The joy of creation, if you will. I see what you did there. But yes, the joy of creation. At least it can help boost my confidence. At least I know my writing is 100% me. Yes. Entirely attached to my hyperfixations like chronic pain and protective characters with power. Yes. I especially love a good protective character. It is wish fulfillment, but goddamn do we need some more of that wish fulfillment. Yeah. AI has its uses. Generative AI, get the fuck out of here. Just go. No. I mean, hell, me making these videos, like, yes, I'm using people's scripts, but it's my performance, it's my editing, it's my sound mixing. And that has, dudes, honey drops, I gotta tell you this. I have not felt happiness like this in so goddamn long. I am experiencing such creative fulfillment that it's like, what is this feeling I'm feeling? Am I happy? Is that what this is? What the fuck is happening? And scripts are public? Yes. The fact that they are open. And just, yes, here, take these. And of course, I still try to follow the self-set rules, especially paywall. Currently, I don't really have that. For a while, I was doing members only, where you would get to have you would have the next video up early. But then I stopped doing that because it wasn't really drawing anything. But yeah, that may have been a paywall, but it was a temporary paywall, which a lot of the script writers approve of. Yes, and the scripts are made by people. Although I have also been trying to look out for that too, which really sucks. Although usually when I see a marker saying, do not use to train AI, I was like, okay, this is a safe script to use. Yeah, I'm so happy I came across ASMR Script Haven. Just yes. That's all I can say. Yes. Yes. I'm going to read some of A Clockwork Orange, which I will also definitely make into an actual video, partly so I have an excuse to put in either Beethoven's Ninth Symphony or what was the song called? Flight of? No, it's got magpie in the title. It's like forgive me for that. Oh, your first script was Carrying Bounty Hunter? That's really cool, because, again, it was good. It's fun. I think I hesitated. I know I saw that script originally, and I was like, eh. But once I saw the sequel, it's like, oh, this is going somewhere good. And that's when I decided to do it. Because I actually have a couple of videos up that are marked as part 1, but I've not seen a sequel yet. And there's one that I'm working on soon. Or which one was it? Let me pull up my handy dandy Excel sheet, which hasn't been closed in months at this point. Death Worlder's Tears. If you've seen the script, I saw the sequel up, the part 2, and I was like, oh, this seems interesting. What's part 1 look like? Guess what? Part 1 was posted 2 years ago. So there are weights like that, and that's why it can get very frustrating when I have so many people in the comments going, when part 2? Part 2 when? Part 2? Part 2? Want a sequel? Make more? And it's like, motherfuckers, I'm not the scriptwriter. It's right there in the description. Bug them. And why I've even made playlists for scripts by so-and-so, and every description has, go bug them. You try very hard to make sure you don't abandon anything you start, and you're working on part 3. I would expect you to at this point. Yeah, but some people just, life gets in the way, or they run out of ideas. I mean, hell, do you have any idea how many times I've seen that in the fan fiction realm? Especially AO3. I mean, hell, I think I remember seeing that back in the live journal days. God help me. Anyway, let me read some of Alex DeLarge, then we can get to some Minecraft and just chill out for a while. Writer's block, the bane of writers and readers, like, yes! Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit indeed. Let's see. There was me. That is Alex. And my 3 droogs. That is Pete, Georgie, and Dim. And we sat in the Kurova milk bar trying to make up our Razudoks what to do with the evening. The Kurova milk bar sold Milk Plus Velichet, or Synthmesk, or Drundcrum, which is what we were drinking. This would sharpen you up and make you ready for a bit of the old ultra-violence. There was some sophistas from the TV studio around the corner, laughing and govreeting. The Devochka was smicking away, not caring about the wicked world one bit. Then the disc on the stereo twanged off and out, and in the short silence before the next one came on, she suddenly came with a burst of singing. And it was like, for a moment, my brothers, some great bird had flown into the milk bar, and I felt all the malenky little hairs of my plot standing endwise, and the shivers crawling up like slow malenky lizards and then down again, because I knew what she sang. It was a bit from the glorious Ninth by Ludwig van. Oh, bliss, bliss and heaven! Oh, was gorgeousness and gorgiosity made flesh! It was like a bird of rarest spun heaven metal, or like silvery wine flowing in a spaceship, gravity all nonsense now. As I slooshied, I knew such lovely pictures. Let's get things nice and sparkling clear. This sarcasm, if I may call it such, does not become you, my little brothers. As I am your droog and leader, I'm entitled to know what goes on, eh? As we walked along the flat block marina, I was calm on the outside, but thinking all the time. So now was to be Georgie the General saying what we should do and what not to do, and Dim as his mindless, grinning bulldog. But suddenly, I viddied that thinking was for the gloopy ones, and that the umni ones used like inspiration and what Bog sends. For now it was lovely music that came to my aid. There was a window open with the stereo on, and I viddied right at once what to do. And last part. Ho, ho, ho! Well, if it isn't fat, stinking Billy Goat, Billy Boy in poison. How art thou, thou globby bottle of cheap, stinking chip oil? Come and get one in the yobbles, if you have any yobbles, you eunuch jelly thou. Oh, I love Clockwork Orange. It's such a messed up movie, but it's so fun. I burst out laughing the first time I saw it, right at the end, because it was like, he went through all that hardship and bullshit and just wound up right back where he started. And that just threw me. That threw me. I found that hilarious. I know you have no control really over what ads you get, but I just got an ad for using chat. Ugh. I'll have to review my ads thing because I can block out certain ads, like weight loss and drugs and politics are some ads that I've marked as no, do not play them on my channel. I do let various ads through because it does make me money, and even if I turn them off, YouTube will just put them in anyway. But yeah, I'll see if I can, if there's any marks for AI ads, and be like, no, fuck off, fuck right the hell off. Thank you, Jackie. It's a shame because a lot of the really good monologues I know and that others are familiar with are from men, which is a shame. Although the first one that comes to mind for me to do is, I guess it's a bittersweet one. It's America Ferrera's speech at the end of Barbie about what bullshit it is to be a woman, how you're never doing anything right, which fucking fuck is true. Your ad was Clash of Clans? That's still going on? Good God. I just, some games it's like, holy shit, you're still a thing? Surprised it's still going strong? They're doing something right, clearly. Alright. And wish you luck on that front still going. I appreciate that. Because, yes, I have no control over the ads. Just, yeah, I would burn. I would burn that ad if I could. Where am I? There I am. I fixed it. I finally figured out how to not have to switch about my my backgrounds. I just fucking put the backgrounds on the Streamlabs and not VTube Studio. It's so obvious. Why didn't I think of it? Why didn't I think of it sooner? And I'm just like, oh, that's something I can do. Wait a second. Just blocking that for a second. Okay. Now we will play again. Oh. Yes, capture a specific window. The Minecraft one. Are you capturing it? Oh, great. Did I? Oh, there we go. There we go. I was afraid I fucked something up again. The kids are getting into it again. Yeah, games are very cyclical in what attracts people to them. It's kind of fascinating in that way. Oh, there we go. Oh, and how's the lag? Not too terrible. But yeah, this is what I currently have. I was stupid that I turned off cheats so I can't fast travel. But I do have waystones. That and creepypasta surprise people are still talking about them. Alright, SCPs make sense because since it's an open writing project, so of course so many people are going to, do their own takes on it. Creepypastas are what I'm surprised at because that took advantage of like old school internet and just the fear and confusion of it. So yeah, that other place. Yeah. Behold! So I tried to leave as much of the hill intact as possible. Basically the dirt, and just went through all the stones. I've been doing a lot of digging. I'm still not entirely sure what I'm doing with this. But yeah, just making like a little, let's see, ominous woods mansion. Perfect for a bear such as myself. Yeah, I just started digging and figured it out as I went along. But I'm pretty proud of what I've done so far. Oh, still need to fill this up. This is Umbran planks. Do I have my Umbran? I do not. You have a friend whose daughter drew pictures of all the creepypastas. Jeff the Killer, Slender Man, Ben Drowned, Hoodie and Masky. Oh, God. That is pretty wild that Slender Man apparently is making a comeback. Although, that is pretty good, classic creepypasta. I got so freaked out by a Ben Drowned. Alright, so if memory serves, I remember reading Ben Drowned, and my boyfriend at the time sent to me a My Little Pony fan game to try, because we were both into the fandom, because it's a good show, even though the bronies are really ugh. And turns out it was one of those .exe games. And so the first terrifying thing happened, and the words on the screen read, "You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" And then started flashing a bunch of shit. I ripped the battery out of my laptop to make it stop. My heart was pounding. And this was already in the middle of the night, so I couldn't fall asleep for hours. To be fair, he didn't expect me to play it late at night. He thought I was just going to play it in the afternoon. So, in his defense, he did mean it as, a funny little prank, like old school screamers and things like that. But I was like, "You motherfucker! I couldn't get to sleep! Just, how dare you!" Struggle when I play Minecraft. It's just hard for me to visualize what I want. Me too. So, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing diggy hole stuff. But as I work, sometimes an idea will pop in my head. I'm like, this could work. Can't stand screamers? Yeah. I'm not one for cheap jump scares, because all you need is just a flash and a loud noise, and that's not the kind of fear that I appreciate, you know? Get scared too easily? I have been working on completely numbing myself. So I have watched too much horror. I'm definitely one of those people whose induction to horror was by seeing something that you shouldn't have at a very young age. For me, that was Thinner. And then I just kept getting exposed to horror movie after horror movie, Scream, Blair Witch Project, and it's just, it just keeps going. Let's see. This is one thing I've been trying to collect, the purple water from the nearby, was it Enchanted Woods? I even noticed a little nook, so I'm like, I'm gonna have a little purple waterfall. And once I get more, I'm gonna make a little fountain pool thingy. And pretty much with this thing I'm trying to do, once I hit dirt or I get to open sky, and like, okay, that's far enough. And I just went on a big foraging adventure, so that's why everything is just packed to the gills. I have so many double chests. Oh god, I'm gonna need to build another one. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole. Diggy diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Digging a hole. Digging a hole. Can I just put that? Yeah. I saw that like 10-year anniversary Diggy Diggy Hole song. That was pretty damn cool. Yeah, just toss everything in there. Bucket. Paper. I picked up a bunch of books while I was out and about, specifically so I could build some bookshelves, because I'm definitely going to make a whole ass library up in here. Just one of these rooms I'm going to fill floor to ceiling. It's going to be like Beauty and the Beast level of library. Now keep that. Oh, wait, how many times? Oh, only 2. Still love creepypasta stories. Very nostalgic, especially the Marilyn Manson Sweet Dreams Jeff the Killer music videos. I never saw those. I mostly did the reading of it, although I have to say, my favorite creepypasta is the Russian Sleep Experiment. That was a good one. Like, say what you will about it, but that got it very good. It was a fun idea. Even though, like a lot of things, the ending kind of wasted itself. It didn't do itself any favors, I think is what I can say about it. Stop with the stone, you're giving me iron. Libraries are so calming. Yes. It's just, I think it's just something about that smell of paper. That's so good. Like, I need to get more perfume from Demeter Fragrances, but my first one from them was the paperback perfume. Because, so good. Such a nice scent. Lava bucket. I apologize if my movements in this game make you a wee bit dizzy. Actually, wait, no, I need 9 to do that. Alright, now that's a second one stuffed. They made a second one of the Russian sleep experiment? That's interesting. I saw this short film that was based on it, and that was good. Not gonna lie, little distracting that the characters had more of a German accent than Russian, but that's probably just nitpicking. There's make a lot of creepypastas. Creepypasta costumes in Little Big Planet, that's fun. It's literally just the quiet, the sense that there's no other sound happening. It's just you alone in the silence, like walking on an empty road. You know what that is? That's the fear of liminal spaces. Like, I have this memory of when, I remember it was in the middle of summer, when the sun would be up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and there would just be enough light. And I decided to go out and just ride my bike up and down the streets. And there was enough light that it felt like people should be awake and out and about, but there was nothing and there was no one. It felt like I was in an apocalypse movie or something like that. Pretty messed up, but also very fascinating. Okay. I know I still gotta do more in this, but I'm also just kind of blanking on what to do. Like, I'm trying to work with the natural flow of this hill. I say as I carve out all of the stone. Still haven't figured out where exactly the floor is going to be for here, whether it's going to be a little lower. But you know what? I'm just going to keep exploring that motherfucking castle I found. Night, K2. See you next time. So yeah, in my exploration, I just came across this. This is one of the reasons why I love the Better Minecraft mod, is that you find all these really cool structures. There's one that I nicknamed the Sacrificial Slab, because it's just this stone platform, and it's got a bunch of stakes with like a zombie head, a skeleton head, a Steve head, and the red dust wire just looks like splats of blood, and it's like, motherfucker. Oh. What? Oh, an iron golem in there. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm gonna hack my way in. I just want to explore everything first. I also have this on peaceful mode, just because I want to build. I don't want to fight things. Return the slab, or suffer my curse. I think one of the great things about that episode is that even though objectively the CGI is bad, it's because it doesn't fit with the art style at all that it makes it look even more menacing and just out of place. That's a really cool detail, having the chain as almost like barbed wire. Oop, what the fuck? Something hiccuped. What's this? A jukebox. Mine now. What do we got here? Yes. Sure. Okay. Sure. Yeah, why not? Stuff those in the backpack. It scared you a couple times? Oh, Courage the Cowardly Dog was just wonderfully terrifying in the way that kids really do like. Kids enjoy being scared to a degree. Oddly enough, the episode that I think scared me the most was the evil shadow one. For one scene in specific, which was when Courage was going to the basement to, confront the shadow and try to get Muriel back. So he's at the top of the stairs, he's got the flashlight going, he's like, Shadow, where are you? And then just suddenly, roar and Courage screaming at once. And when you're a kid who's afraid of your basement, that cuts deep. I kept picturing the demon dog things from Ghostbusters being at the bottom of the stairs in the basement, and if I wasn't quick enough, they would come and get me. Freaky Fred and the mask, yeah, everyone loves Freaky Fred. Unemployed. Clearly you're useless to me. What about you? Also unemployed. Get the fuck out of here. Is there anything good around here? Anything worth stealing or chopping to pieces? The burger episode. Yeah, that I think the title was technically Heads of Beef, with that pig that owned the burger shop, and Courage thought that they were eating people, but in reality it was just the wife making ground beef sculptures. That show was so weird, and I loved it. I still love it. I mean, hell, one of my go-tos in my go-to-sleep playlists, just for, like, white noise and whatever, is Black Screen, Sounds of Rain, and Courage the Cowardly Dog. Just the audio, and some of it is cut, so it isn't, like, just non-stop Courage screaming. But that is comforting enough for me to fall asleep to. Although also anything that involved cats freaked me out. Although Le Quack was even more terrifying. Especially the episode where he escapes police custody by burning down the jail. I was like, holy shit! Oh god, Eustace missing his head. That was one, like, Sons of the Chicken from Outer Space or something like that. It just plunges his head right off his shoulders, like, what the fuck? And then it still moves. Death Battle and yeah. Oh yeah, little Muriel was really fucking annoying. Just, I see what they were going for. Just the dichotomy of the sweetest woman in the show having been a brat when she was little. But you're still dealing with a brat. The acting with the crocodile. Fusili! That one was Fusili. That was the crocodile's name. With the marionettes. And how that's technically the one with the most downer ending. But yeah, the death battle with Courage and Scooby-Doo. Didn't that one end in a tie? Because it was like, either they were just so evenly matched, or they would just come together in the end to save the ones they love. Something like that. Some of those death battles can be very fun. I like trying to guess who it is that's gonna win. I'm not always correct when I do that, but it feels good when I do see their analyses and, well, yes. I think the one that caught me off guard with what the answer was Godzilla versus the Incredible Hulk. Because they brought in a lot. What? My dudes, I'm in a cemetery. This is a castle graveyard. That's what I'm in right now. These are supposed to be graves. I mean, look at this. That's unmistakably a grave. Oh my god. This is another one of those things I just keep finding in these mods, and it's like, what the fuck possessed you to make this? What made you think this was a good design? May as well. You never know when something will break and you need a quick backup. You know, take this as well. Mine now. Why make it when I can just take it? Oh, the Godzilla one, it was like a human fighting an animal. I could definitely see that. Because, like, I hate horror movies that try to portray what is just an animal as a bloodthirsty monster. Even though I'm just looking at this like, this is an animal doing animal things. It's either trying to protect itself and it's young, or it's hungry and you just happen to be convenient. I think the last one I watched where I tried to give that trope a chance was, what was it called? Razorback, I think. And it had, oh, motherfucker, what's his name? The guy who played Otis in the Devil's Rejects trilogy, or he was also in Repo the Genetic Opera as Luigi. Ben 10 versus Green Lantern? I did not see that one. I don't always watch every episode. I mainly just go to the ones where I'm actually curious and interested. Where else do we put our dead? Good question. But, you know, I'm not exactly expecting to just walk into a place and like, yeah, I'm exploring. Holy shit, there's the dead. I try to have some more respect for that. Because I ain't grave robbing. I'm not getting that bad juju. Fuck that shit. Cauldron's mine. Cauldron's mine. Lantern's mine. Plus, it can just be fun to, I'll rob the living. I'll rob them blind. It's like every corner have this shit. Oh. Ooh, barrels. Leave the dead alone. Null will be so disappointed. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Like, oh, nope, not invoking the wrath of my own characters. Can you imagine the shame that would be brought upon me? And it was like, you created me. You're supposed to have better morals than this. I'm so disappointed in you. No. Yeah. Last episode of Null is going to be next Thursday. I'm very sorry. Not saying sorry because something bad happens. That's not what I'm saying sorry for. I'm saying sorry because so many people have been enjoying it. So it's like, sorry, it has to come to an end. Could I have it keep going? Probably. I do have an idea for another script, and maybe for shits and giggles imply that the character I'm playing is null. Because, you know, having fun little crossovers like that can be entertaining. Are you also unemployed? Yeah, you are. So you have nothing to trade with me. Hello. Get out. Get your asses out. Rise up, brothers. Take back your freedom. I do not know who took it from you. Make them pay. On my signal, unleash hell. Bill Moseley, yes, that's who it was. That's who it was. He was in the Razorback movie. It was a little odd because, you know, I have seen him play so many, like, confident characters, slightly psycho characters. But in Razorback, he was just a dude. But you know who's an actor that I didn't expect to like as much as I do? Richard Brake. So unknowingly, the first movie that I saw him in was Doom. The really, really, really bad one with The Rock in it. What was it? But I really liked him in Rob Zombie's 31. He's really like the best part of that movie, where I had to transcribe the script because I couldn't find it anywhere, of his opening monologue from 31. What else have I seen him in? He was in Mandy. He was in Barbarian. He had a terrifying role in Barbarian. I've started freeing one, so I may as well free them all. What can I say? I'm a rebel. Freedom fighter! He was in Halloween 2. It's been a long time since I've seen Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. So I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Yeah, but like his, I'm not crazy, I'm in control. I'm not crazy, I'm in control! Like that. And some of his lines as Otis were also funny. I am the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's work. This is my motherfucking chocolate factory! And so on and so forth. Is there anything else here that I haven't seen? So we got the big thing. Like that. Can I jump upon it? Nope. Geronimo! Ah! That was poorly planned. Clay golem. Can you two knock it out? Oh, you are taller than it. You know what? I free you two. Where's my pickaxe? Waha. Don't mind me, I'm just getting the rest of these structures. Ooh, a hot take. Don't really care, but you think Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2 are much better than the original. I'm not saying I disagree. I think they are distinct enough with two very different takes on Michael Myers that they are both valid. I still enjoy the original. I think I've discussed with you Like, I think we came to the conclusion that agree to disagree, which is how I have learned to chill the fuck out and just enjoy media. Alright, I think that's mostly what I'm gonna find in this place. I love the design, though. I could feasibly take this over, but good God, the work. And I would have to shoo out all the villagers. Ugh. Just a pain. I did, in a way, enjoy Rob Zombie's Halloween. It very much had the dirty, gritty feel that he always puts in his movies. Having him be like a natural-born psychopath, especially the whole hurting... oh, a sheep plush! Making him like a natural-born psychopath, like the first thing he does is hurting animals before hurting people. Whereas I think it was that the original more implied that he was like possessed by the devil, or at the very least that's what my dad has told me was his take on it. Tyler Mane as Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's version is definitely the best and more scary. I could definitely see that. The man is hulking. Like, good God. Somebody ate their Wheaties. Yeah, the very tall and imposing actors is like, ooh, yes. And while I haven't seen the rest of them, and I have to say, after seeing the poor reviews, it kind of took the wind out of my sails. Like, the requels, I think you would call them, of Halloween, where they still had Jamie Lee Curtis, but basically removed all the other sequels from the equation. It's like, yeah, no, only the first one is canon, and then this movie. It's like, all right, I'll buy it. Because the background shit was so terrifying. Like, you would just see Michael Myers existing in the background and just doing heinous shit while the main characters have no idea. That was terrifying. I loved that. Ooh, glass. Hello, Cameron. Welcome to the stream. At present, I am simply playing Minecraft, and we are discussing horror movies. Maybe when I'm ready to do the horror hosting MST3K style, I'll put out a poll for what you guys want to see first. Because again, my first thought was Night of the Living Dead, but that might be a little too obvious, too popular, too well known. Although there's also the question of how many people know it because they've seen it, and how much is just pop culture osmosis. Like, a couple years ago, I finally sat down and watched Jaws, like, beginning to end, because I had seen so many snippets and, again, pop cultural osmosis that I was like, yeah, I don't need to see this. I know how it's gonna go. It's still an enjoyable film. Still don't greatly enjoy the whole animal as monster horror trope, but it's still a well-crafted film. The Puppet Master, the only caveat I have is they have to be in the public domain. If I were to do something that isn't, I would probably just make my own Discord server and do more private style viewings. Like, I know Saberspark does that kind of deal, but I am not at the point yet where I feel comfortable creating a specific Discord server because I don't know who to ask to mod it. I would want someone that I trust to do it, especially because I've heard so many horror stories of mods that just let the power go to their heads and shit like that. I don't know, maybe I'm a little paranoid, maybe I'm a little too knowledgeable of the internet and the dangers thereof. Yeah, I am not ready to create a Discord for this channel yet. Ooh. Huzzah. Bleh. Oh, don't tell me that. Yeah, that sucks, man. That's no way to treat a horror icon. Taking the force of evil out of him, yeah. 'Cause, hell, he has a horror name. He is The Shape. And when you have a villain called The Shape, you expect a little something from that, right? Thank you for understanding where I'm coming from, needleworker. Or would you prefer I refer to you as Carmen? Yeah, I try to be very cautious of what ends up representing me. In fact, a lot of the times I hold back a lot of the things I want to say because, as I usually bring up, I try to point out Hanlon's razor. Because too many times I've had experiences where people just completely misunderstood the point I was trying to make. Or I tried to be funny and, smile and laugh, and people, for whatever reason, thought I was being wholly serious. So I get a little paranoid about being misinterpreted, especially as a figure on the internet, just those exposés. And yeah, some people need to be called out. And I will say right now, if I say something hurtful or out of line, you can call me out. Like, even if my intent was good, if the impact is harmful, yes, call me out. You'd be like, hey, I know you didn't mean anything by it, but when you said that, it really hurt, or what have you. I'm like, oh shit, I'm really sorry. I'll be more mindful of that. Or, I wasn't aware, please tell me how to not make that mistake again, I try to believe that a lot of the things people say come from ignorance, but that's not necessarily... not that it's not a bad thing, but sometimes they think that that's the way it is, and so they're trying to match energy. But yeah, I don't talk as much as I would like, or talk about the things I want to as much, because I'm afraid of repercussions from being misunderstood, or bad actors that want to misunderstand me, or don't care. As soon as they have the idea on their head, that's their truth, and nothing will convince them otherwise. I'm going on a rather downer tangent. Let's change course, shall we? Speaking of intent versus impact. Hi, Crispy. You're a bit late to the stream. You had a busy day? Lot of bullshit to deal through. Fly. I kill you. am I doing stuff-wise? Alright, I've pretty much cleared out the palace, so I'm just gonna grab my waypoint and keep moving further, because I'm just kind of exploring and getting material so I can further build my home. The crispy confessed to someone and rejection hurts. Someone give me a Dr. Pepper and some fries and I'll be good. Yeah. Someone, Dr. Pepper him up. And a big ol' helping of Wendy's fries for the Baconator. How's that? I'm sorry you're feeling down, Crispy. However, it has been bothering me and I do need to bring it up. I know your intent was good. See, people, I'm demonstrating what I was just talking about. But the abandonment comment on my 40k subscriber video, that hurt. Like, I know it was a joke. I know I'm gonna get the abandonment joke until the end of my career and beyond. I know that. I've accepted it. But on a celebratory post, that just deflated me. 40 KKK. No, on like the 4,000 subscribers, which still just motherfucker. Like, and I was talking about my DJ friend earlier, DJ Zydrate. He has been on YouTube for 2 years or something. You know, he told me that it took him like 2 years to get 200, or 1 year to get 200 followers. I think that. Meanwhile, I haven't been creating for a year yet, but I've already hit 4,000 subscribers. What the fuck? Where do you go? How do you all find me? Why do you find me enjoyable to listen to? It's okay. I know my value. I know it, but there's also just the many years of not seeing my own value, but others now seeing it and pointing it out. It's like, not know what do. You are forgiven, Crispy. I just wanted to put that out in the open. Because again, I know it wasn't your intent, but the impact still needs to be acknowledged. See, people, if I do something where the intent is good, but the impact is harmful, call me out like that. Because yes, it sucks to be called out. I have been called out for many issues because I am a dum-dum that can't read social cues worth a damn. Do I want to have the benefit of the doubt? Yes. Am I always going to get it? No. But that doesn't mean that you just go on and attack someone. And I'm mostly talking about the bullshit in, like, online. Just the demonization of everybody and believing the worst in them is just... I'm trying to foster a community where that isn't the case. And so far it seems that most of you agree with that. A Fraser log? What the fuck is that? Oh boy. Aw, yay, he's getting a Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper and an IV injected into the bloodstream. The Dark Brotherhood has spread your name far. We know. There are worse. Worse groupings to share. Oh, damn, it's a big one. To spread the word of Teddy. Am I taking it down? What even is... Oh, it's a fir, a Fraser fir. It's a fir tree. Now I get it. Geez, I thought the sequoias were the only tree that would take forever to break down. Am I just gonna get a piece of paper with a bloody handprint on it on my door? You know, it's a really funny series if you know and enjoy Skyrim. Senile Scribbles. That's, I believe the channel name is Foolhardy. And he just did an entire series poking fun at the many events and tropes in Skyrim, even including the DLC. And he hasn't created a lot lately, but he did start a series based on Helldivers. Skyrim Shuffle? Interesting. Do I have... good, there is another axe. And before you ask, no, I did not use up diamonds just to make a diamond shovel. I found it in a box. In someone's home. No one was there, though. Ergo, it is mine now. Gotta use the depressor to write a book, because I've always wanted to write a book. Oh, God, that trope. It is a funny trope, I will admit, just the tortured artist using his pain to create something beautiful. Created by people who've never experienced clinical depression. I suppose I should plant some trees back. I am very environmentally conscious when I play Minecraft. Mostly because if I like the wood, I want to come back for more. And I can't do that in a desolate wasteland. Hello, little fox. Random aside, I've got a friend whose favorite animals are foxes, to the point where she purposefully never hunts or hurts the foxes in Breath of the Wild. So if I were to accidentally or purposefully kill one of the foxes in front of her, she'd be so distraught, like, no! Why did you do that? Oh, damn, that's a lot of saplings. I don't need all of them. Out you go. Wait. Not you committing a reverse Goldilocks stealing from humans. Turnabout's fair play. Besides, I don't care if it's just right. I'm just gonna make it mine. Like, this is mine now. The Three Bears' Revenge. By Manslayer, and we're manly men. They're hilarious. That just... Ah! Ooh, another waystone. Mine now. It's fun to be kind of a kleptomaniac bear. Let's try heading south now. Feel the same way about snakes? I love snakes. It's so weird when you hold them and just, you can feel all their muscles and their ribs moving. I think it was technically a Z Frank video I was watching that talked about snakes, and that just broke down how exactly snake locomotion works. And it's like, how did nature just evolve to make you? Oh. Hello, crow. Only be friends with crows, because you do not want to make an enemy with a corvid. Oh, no, I want to go southwards. Teddy breaking and entering audio when? Well, there is this one audio. I want to say the author is Vance Stubbs. I could be misremembering because there's a lot of you script writers I'm following who wrote a script where the speaker character is just a bear, just a burr, nothing special, just a burr. And specifically after finding my audios, messaged me, was like, this seems very up your alley. You want to voice a bear? I'm like, do I? But yeah, just like, oh god, there's that one security cam video of, it's like in someone's living room, and you hear this banging, and suddenly the door just bursts open, and in comes a bear just lumbering away. Oh god, I could probably do something based on that. Oh man. And a couple times I've actually found, like going back to the snake thing, I have twice found a snake in my basement. Just a little garter snake, but it's like, oh, hello, you should not be in here. And then I just take them outside. And at least once I was in the garden, and I was barefoot because I like being barefoot when the weather allows it. And one just slithered right past my foot. It startled me because, you know, sudden movement beside foot. But I was like, oh my god, that's so cool! But it slithered away before I could, you know, get a better look at it. Oh, there's text that I want to follow. This is the Watchmaker's Apprentice of the Clockwork Quartet. Ooh, steampunk ideas? I love some good steampunk. Oh, this is a really cool thing that I sometimes find. It's like just a hero statue. Again, you love finding shit like that. That's why that's one of the reasons why I love this mod, is that you find cool shit like that. You ever want to just yoink a bird into my inventory? All the time. I just want to keep one of these birds in a little bird cage, or I just want to have an entire murder of crows hang out around my house and just find me little trinkets in return for peanuts. I think my favorite steampunk bands are Abney Park. The Cog is Dead. Cog is Dead is a very fun group. Who else have I listened to? Ooh, look at that cavern. Lovely. Love to arrive at functions with ravens flying around me to signify the arrival. Yes, that is how you make an entrance. A good raven on your shoulder goes well with any outfit and for any occasion. Yeah. I'm gonna just... Oh, that's a nice view. Pretty much that's just how I'm gonna mark my place, and I can go back for more stuff whenever I want. Holding it like this makes it look like I have a stone dildo. You can't tell me you don't see it too. Steam-powered giraffe? Yes. I guess the real question is, where do I want to build that library? I should find a nice spot with where I can keep a very high ceiling. Anything is if you're brave enough. You did it before. Yes, yes. Anything can be insertable. Some things are only insertable once. Ooh, you know what? Maybe I should... Oh. Yeah, I suppose I've gone long enough without adjusting that. Maybe I'll build it over here and just carve out really deep. Ooh, but if I... Oh, wait, I could probably connect it with this, because I know where this goes. There was water, and then I stole it. And my original idea when I found the water flowing down was to turn this into a nice copper bathing pool. But I forgot that the copper in this game oxidizes. See, I even had nice copper steps, and you just come out and... Ooh, it's raining. And just right there. Multiple times, depending how determined you are. I'm pretty sure that's called stabbing yourself. Is a convertible insertable? Founding Fathers left these. It's alright. It's Friday. As long as we can interpret what it is you're writing, nobody gives a shit about the spelling. And I say this as a person that used to really give a shit about spelling and grammar, and then I learned to just fucking relax. Something making squishy noises? The trader is too far from here to do that. Maybe I'll have my secondary fountain here, because I do have that bucket of water. Yep, water bucket. Sure. Let's see. First, we're gonna get some light here. I may put up some different lights later, but in the meantime, it's very utilitarian. What is the plan for the base? I have no fucking idea. Feel you most is text-to-speech. Did y'all ever wish you were born in like the 60s or 70s to enjoy 80 pop music at its peak? Listening to MJ and wish it was from that era? I think we all have felt that at some point. I think it would be, if it were possible, it would be really cool to go through like late teens, early 20s in each impactful decade, so you get an idea of what it was like to come of age in each of those eras, the different political layout, the pop culture, the music, the movies, jazz music. You know what's good? Acid jazz. That shit is awesome. So for that, I recommend Caravan Palace. A lot of their older stuff definitely falls under acid jazz. Now that it's just more electro swing for the most part. Yes, pretty much my plan is fuck around and find out. You could think of acid jazz as being like that. It's the alternate word for electro swing, which I love. It was more popular like 10 years ago, but I think it's still, I think it still slaps. Yeah, I have no idea the fuck I'm doing. That's why I'm just doing diggy diggy hole and hoping for the best. What is that? Ah, that's my torch. Ooh, idea. I could utilize this very deep pit maybe not all the way down, but I could utilize this space when constructing the library so it becomes enormous. And then I can just have a trap door or something that will lead to the outside world. Because I'm also trying to build this with some connection to reality. Only tangentially, though. I swear, 2012 to early 2016 was a much better time to be alive. Yeah, I try not to bring up time too much, only when relevant, because then you have, holy fucking shit, time is moving too fast and I don't like it. Yes, reality very much is whatever you make of it. That's why I create. I say as I chip away at rock. Art and its many forms is what I live for. I am not built for the 9 to 5. It's like, I was not meant to work 9 to 5. I was made to create and consume art. The consume part is also very important. And that's all of my axes. Alrighty. Time to move on and start building shit. I don't want to cut into the dirt because I will hit a point where I pop out of the hill, and that's not what I want for this. You were made to become god of the cosmos. Good fucking luck. A very big responsibility. The urge to destroy can be a creative urge. Yes, because you have to destroy before you can build. Anything and everything can be an act of destruction. You're right. Well, I could probably use that at some point. I will eventually fill this in, but I also just like really having this deep hole. And my nice glass windows. And I just have built stairs and passageways wherever it feels correct. Again, I am just dicking around and seeing what happens. That's one of my favorite ways to create art, is fuck around and find out. Find something that fits. Alright, yes, go to the chests. Get the wood color I want. Long galaxies that look like phallic objects. I've seen a couple of them. There's that one galaxy. Don't ask me what the name is. I don't know. Someone added just googly eyes to it, and they look like the aliens from Sesame Street. You know, the ones go, yop, 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 nope, 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 nope. You know, the ones that gave everyone just nightmares. I don't have an axe, and I really need to build one more, but I don't want to, so I am punching this stone. The Wiener Galaxy? I mean, there are worse names for galaxies out there. Like the Horsehead Nebula. I'm using all the colorful wood because I can and I want to. So I've got pink wood, I've got blue wood, I've got red wood. I even got, I think it's more dark blue, my Umbran logs. That. Do I like Mr. Pibb? What's Mr. Pibb? Is that like one of those knockoff drinks, or is that like a Smiling Friends character? Yeah. It's not what I want. There's a part of the universe that you can't see through Hubble images called the Cheshire Cat. It's around like 10 to 13 billion years old. It's almost as old as the universe. That's cool. Oh yeah, Dr. Pepper is owned by Coke. I'm not much of a Dr. Pepper fan. My go-to is usually just straight up Coke. I have been kind of made to start drinking Diet Coke because I have like a legit addiction to it. And when I say that, I mean I crave it. The first hit is so good, but as I continue to drink it, doesn't hit as well. Although I have to say, vanilla Coke, I fuck with it. Mr. Nobody from Sesame Street. Trying to remember. I think I don't really remember that though. As a Texan, this is blasphemy. I live to blaspheme. Fetch the stones! Oh, trust me, I'm way ahead of you on that there. Although I have to take it in a Benjamin form. I caught COVID a couple years ago, and now I can't inhale anything that has a flame behind it. The Ursine villain hates Dr. Pepper. Probably just... You're my honey drops. I'm gonna eat you all someday. I've essentially already promised, and some of you are looking forward to it. Don't remember either. The only character as a kid, Cookie Monster. You fucking love Cookie Monster. I think he's my favorite of all the Sesame Street characters. Although I also have a soft spot for Oscar the Grouch. That may be because my dad would read me like those the golden books, the golden house books. What was it? And when he would read the ones with Sesame Street, he would do an Oscar the Grouch voice, and he did it really well. So that holds a special place in my heart. So I'm a little bit biased. Yeah. Again, how did I get the Vor crowd? I'm not complaining though. Now this must be how Vixoria feels. Y'all wanted to? Oh god, am I gonna have to commission artwork and just have it be my starting soon screen? COVID is so dang scary, we still don't know all the effects from it. Got some time in 2023, still struggle. Yeah, my nesting partner, who I call NP for anonymity, he is convinced that he has long COVID because when he catches a cold now, and just a regular cold, he's out for months. Although I also think part of it is he's got a deviated septum, so, and that's definitely not doing him any favors. But still, when I caught COVID, it was very scary. And for me, I got a lot of fatigue, and I had trouble breathing, or rather, I had trouble getting oxygen to my bloodstream. Like, I remember just having a laughing fit in the kitchen, and I had to sit down because I could breathe fine, but it felt like I was just choking. My blood oxygen was not good. And that was very scary. And I was vaccinated at that time. I'm aware of what long pork is. I've not tried it, but I am familiar with the Armin Muse case. Long pork is what they called you in high school. Uh-huh. No lie, I legit was nicknamed Bear in college, but that's because I would give really tight bear hugs. That was kind of my shtick at the time. Yeah. How do I break up a block of emerald? Alright, so 9 makes a block. Ooh, Alright, so I can just... Woohoo! More emerald. Call you corpse hands? Not gonna lie, that does sound kind of fun. You creep on somebody. I've also been known as the ice cream ninja because I've snuck up on people without even trying. Yeah, when I caught COVID, it was 2 or 3 years. No, I think at this point it was 3 or 4 years ago. I am doing much better. Thank you very much for asking. But yeah, God, that was such a scary time. And mark my words, in 100 years we're gonna do that again because nobody fucking learns from these things. It's because you were tall. You're the one who brought it up. Of course my mind's my brain is nothing but gutter at this point. I like it. It's very nicely furnished. Crispy bacon was your gamer tag and your tally long pork. You know what? I believe it. I do believe it. Bear hugs are wonderful, yes. I did used to overdo it when I was younger. I would do like the painfully tight hugs. Yes, I was very cringe when I was young. I mean, who of us wasn't? But I have since mellowed out in that. Like, I'm still the one who gives all the hugs at the club to the point where someone just looks at me with a face and like, bring it in. Bring it in, you need this. Very cold hands and overactive sweat glands claiming, but... Yeah, I could see why that would lead to the nickname corpse hands. As long as you own it and have fun with it, I think that is pretty okay. The gutter's a comfortable place to be. Everyone's shoes, yes. And you can ask them, you can say to them, I like your shoelaces. And if they tell you, thanks, I got them from the president, you know what kind of people they be. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna keep digging, because I can't think of what to build. So just gimme. There we go. Yes, you get it. You get it. I take it you're also familiar with the skeleton war. Skeletons versus the fuckboys. Love hugs but hate them too because you sob. You're just emotional. Dude, that's fine. Like, we, as a society, I'm specifically talking American because I can't speak for other cultures, we are emotionally stunted. Or in some cases, emotionally crippled. You find... No, I should finish my thought and then I will read Jackie's message. Because, like, I have described myself as being emotionally crippled because when I was younger, I could just not give the emotion that was expected of me. It also doesn't help that, ooh, iron. I was constantly emotionally and verbally abused as a kid. And no matter what response I gave, I was wrong. And when you are constantly told, no, that's wrong, without being told what is right, you have no fucking idea what to do. Your wires are constantly crossed. Whereas NP I describe as emotionally stunted, but he has gotten much better because he grew up in a house that was like, no one shows emotions ever. No emotions are allowed. No one talks about their emotions. You just, but having been away from that environment now, he has gotten better at being in touch with his emotions. So that's the difference between emotionally stunted and emotionally crippled, as I define it. Crippled means you're going to struggle with it for the rest of your days. Stunted, you can still grow, you're just a little late to the game. So don't feel bad about getting emotional and sobbing. It means you just have emotions that are locked inside and you need to get them out. Honestly, I'm a little jealous of that because I am so damaged that it's really hard for me to cry. And sometimes I will start to cry, I get like 2 tears out, and my body's like, nope, that's enough. It's like, but we still need to empty the tank. Nope, that's enough crying. Move on. So there are times when I start crying and I have to be like, please let me cry. Please don't try to silence me. Let me get it out of my system. And now I will go back to reading your messages, but I need to go over here so I can go back up and read it. You got around to watching James Gunn's Superman. It was really bad. The way he betrayed Superman as a man-child with... James, you mean the most recent one? I liked that one. I liked how hopeful and bright it felt, especially after years and years of grimdark Batman wannabe Superman. Peacemaker. I haven't seen Peacemaker, but I did like John Cena's performance as him in Suicide Squad. That was much better than the first go-around of it. You guys are still messaging and I'm trying to keep up. Let's see. Emotional Americana style. Yes, very much. Nickname Caveman. Wasn't the smartest, but the strongest. Hated... Good on ya. Good on ya. You were labeled a meathead and then you proved them wrong, and I hope you're enjoying your intelligence, or improved intelligence, for your own sake. Don't cry very often. Probably the testosterone. I'd say it's because you have testosterone that it is pushed upon you that you're not allowed to cry, which is very fucked up. Gritting your teeth is no way to solve your problems. Very much so. Very much so. This is another one of those agree to disagree, Jackie, because I have not enjoyed the grimdark Superman movies, like Zack Snyder. I wasn't fond of Man of Steel, which, when did that come out? 2006, I think? No. That, not the Man of Steel. I'm thinking of Superman Returns. That one. Because while there is some value in exploring Superman as a character with a different tone, Superman is not Batman. Batman is his own thing, and the reason he and Supes go so well together in things like Justice League and whatnot is because they're just opposing sides. They still want the same things, they just go about it in different ways, and I think that part's just really cool. Yeah, Man of Steel was 2013. I was thinking of Superman Returns. I forget the name of the actor who played Supes in that. I call him Supes, and now you're bringing up I'm at Soup. Yeah, godlike powers, but is still human. Let's see, what was the quote I heard where it was like exploring the differences between DC and Marvel? DC superheroes are gods trying to be human, and Marvel superheroes are humans trying to be gods. Now that is a very much an oversimplification, so just, yeah. Teen Titans to get a good live action. That show is so bad. Let me see. Hello? Hey, what's up? I need your help. Can you come over here? Well, I can't. I'm buying clothes. All right, well, just hurry up and get over 'em. Well, I can't find them. What do you mean you can't find them? I can't find them. There's only soup. What do you mean there's only soup? It means there's only soup. Well, then get out of the soup aisle. All right, you don't have to shout at me. There's still soup. What do you mean there's more soup? There's just more soup. Go into the next aisle. There's still soup. Where are you right now? I'm at soup. What do you mean you're at soup? It means I'm at soup. What store are you in? I'm at the soup store. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Fuck you! I mean, after recording that in my own two voices, of course I'm going to have that memorized by now. It's so fucking funny. Oh, let's see. Fuck you! Because when I did, I had the secondary voice in my cutesy voice. Well, I can't. I'm buying clothes. It means I'm at soup. I'm at the soup store. Fuck you! Which I gotta say, cursing in that voice is fun. A soup store reference in one of your scripts, do it. Especially because, as other people have pointed out, once again, God help us, there are people out there, there are teenagers out there that have no idea about the memes. They know the recent memes, but they don't know the classics. I'd be amazed if any of them knew about Badger, Badger, Badger. Blink. I mean, hell, I know kids that think Mario specifically came from the movie and don't know about the games. That hurts. You've been vocal stimming Tony Soprano? I don't think you need help for that. Clearly you're getting comfort from it, so keep quoting the big guy. Well, I gotta say you missed it. I did a bunch of character interpretations earlier, including Rust, Roy Batty, and Alex DeLarge. I hope you're talking about the movie and not the game franchise in general. Like, once I saw that Illumination was doing the movie, I'm like, okay, at worst, it's gonna be okay. Because Illumination's problem is that they play it really safe. They don't do any big surprises or any challenging themes. They do safe scripts with good animation, but try to keep it as cheap as possible, because that's how they make their big profits. Or they know things from Fortnite. Oh, that hurts. I mean, at least they're learning about it somehow. You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not necessarily bad if their first exposure to something is from a game like Fortnite or some other thing. So long as they don't think that that's just where it came from, that just sprang out of the ether into Fortnite. They can identify it as being as like, oh, I saw that in Fortnite. That's valid. That's valid. But so long as I would hope at least some of those kids are like, oh, I really like this in Fortnite. I want to learn more about it. And then they find out about the origin. And they're like, oh, I would love to learn even more about this. I can support that. Max, I'm sorry, we can't be friends. Wow. I'm going to respect your standing. I grew up with only Nintendo systems, so I very much enjoy Nintendo games. I am very much a Legend of Zelda fangirl. Will be until the day I die. But I will still respect your wrong opinion. Yeah, I'm so tired of Chris Pratt. I'm so tired of him. It's just phoning it in constantly. And in general, I'm tired of them just getting A-listers to voice characters instead of getting motherfucking voice actors. Because I've also heard, who was it? I think it was Chris Rock. Or, no, no. Who's the actor that keeps being made fun of for his height? For being so short? He, in an interview, was talking about how easy it is to voice act as opposed to actual acting. Kevin Hart. Yes, that's it. It's Kevin Hart. Thank you. And it's like, you have no respect for the craft. It's still acting. Emoting with only your voice and none of your body, that's difficult. I mean, hell, you know who one of my favorite voice actors is? Lanny Pator. He is my voice acting idol presently because his range in all of Team 4 Star's projects, he just knocks it out of the park each time. And it's not necessarily the number of voices he can do, it's how well he does them. Ooh. Sorry, there's a thunderstorm. I must bear witness. Doesn't matter if it's in a video game. I will always love a good rainstorm. Jack Black was okay, but Hollywood has no respect for voice actors or animation. They still... Yes! Not to mention, so many award shows, the judges have admitted that they didn't even watch the animated movies, or, like, they only go to the ones that their kids drag them to. It's like, motherfuckers, for the last time, animation is not a genre, it is a medium. And you know what actually started the whole famous actors voicing in animated movies? Disney's Aladdin. Bringing in Robin Williams and having that work. That's where it started. They're like, oh, we can bring in more people if they recognize the actors. And unfortunately, that's just gone wildly out of control. You live in Washington, all you get is rain and you're sick of winter. I definitely can respect that. I live in New England, where the seasons go almost winter, winter, still winter, road construction. So for me, the default state is cold and snowy and bleak. It doesn't feel good, but it feels correct, which is the best way to put it, I feel. I don't know, I might enjoy living in Washington because I love the rain. I don't care about getting soggy. You definitely see the potential in Chris Pratt, but he just chooses to be in a lot of kid garbage. Yeah. I definitely liked him when he was starting to get big, when all the talk was about, the Chris's, which one was the best Chris. I love being able to hear that thunder. Well, I know what kind of white noise I'm gonna have going to bed tonight. But he does not have the staying power of an actual A-lister. I have a hold. Yeah, just getting the new talent, because, gosh, so many voice actors that can bring something new. Also, one thing I will say about the Mario movie that I despised was part of the marketing, and I don't really blame Anya Taylor-Joy because I'm sure she was told to do that by her publicist, although if she thought of that herself, then fuck her, is the whole Princess Peach is now a girl boss. I am so tired of the term girl boss. It doesn't mean anything. It is empty. There is nothing behind it. It's just a catchphrase to throw around. Vermont human, try Texas. Yeah, I don't live where it's very humid, thank God. But I've been to Baltimore in August. That's god awful in terms of humidity. Like, Jesus Christ, just shoot me now. I can't sleep. The terminal list. Let's see. Gory Revenge. Ooh, sure, the Punisher list sounds good. I've never been to Texas. Furthest west I've been in this country was Minnesota. And I've mostly stuck to, you know, the eastern part of the states. Although the furthest south I've been was Key West. That's a fun place to visit, especially in October. The word ruins so much of actual girl bosses. It's reductive. It's reductive and holds no fucking meaning. Marketable and thus devoid of meaning unless it makes company... Yes. The sun is a deadly laser. Been a long time since I thought about that one. Try Washington or Oregon someday. It's very nice. Yeah, I also think I would get along well in Seattle or Portland. I definitely want to stick closer to like coastal cities who have more leftist mindsets, because let me tell you, traveling to Minnesota and driving through Washington, we got some looks. And I saw a billboard that was anti-evolution, pro-creationism, and it was very gross. Wannabe Mary Sue girl bosses. Jackie Brown and Killer. Yeah. I could definitely see that. But yeah, the whole thing with strong female characters, they completely misunderstand what we like in a strong female character. We want someone who is a well-written character, not just John Wick with boobs. Eastern and Central Washington is fucking scary to be in as a queer person, but it's bad. Yeah, it is. I legit have a trans femme friend who fled the country. I don't, not moved to a different country. She fled this country. And before the 2024 election, I met a trans femme who said that she moved up north from Florida because of all the anti-trans legislation. Do I have any... Did I use up all my pick... Wow, I used up all my pickaxes already. God damn. How many diamonds do I have? I can't do a diamond pickaxe yet. God damn. Oh, Sarah Connor? Fucking love Sarah Connor. But here's the great thing about Sarah Connor. In the first movie, she was not a badass. She was not a badass. She had to learn how to be a badass and be strong for herself, be strong for her son. Where are my sticks? And then, in the movies, she became a badass. We stand Sarah Connor in this house. I love Terminator 2. Like, Terminator 1 is great. Sometimes you just forget it exists, though. Terminator 2 just improved on everything. You want to leave this country because you think it'd be better in UK weather? I wouldn't mind living in the UK. Although it has been determined that if we reach a point where we can't stand living in this country anymore for safety or human rights or whatever, New Zealand is where we will flee. At the very least, most of our skills are more easily transferable there, and there's no language barrier. Yes, there are only 2 Terminator movies, and it never got a TV show either. How very sad that it never had any continuation, but how very nice that it went out with a bang. Yes? Yes. I mean, hell, you know what's a good, I hesitate to say, like, who's a good quote-unquote girl boss character? And this is a character that I will defend to my dying day. Cinderella. Cinderella, because everyone thinks that she is just, oh, I'm just waiting to be saved. Oh, ooh woo. I'm so helpless. I need a prince. Fuck that. She is an abuse survivor. She got through every day. She never asked for a prince. She thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool to see the prince? But I just want to have a night off. I want to put on a pretty dress. I want to dance. And then I can go back to this miserable existence. She's an abuse survivor who stayed strong. She was kind to everyone, and that kindness was returned by those who, actually had kindness in their fucking hearts. She was helped because, well, she networked. I mean, again, she didn't view the prince as an out until it was said that the one she danced with was the prince and that was looking for her and wanted to marry her. And of course, you have a night out, you fall in love, and you think, I will never see them again, but I'll just have this sweet memory. Of course, when you find out that, oh, I can leave this place that has been miserable and go where I felt this love and will probably feel it again. Fuck yes. That is one of my story-based rants. I may give more of them as time goes on. Girlboss says Disney Goat Mulan. Yes, but only if you're doing the animated one. I did not see the live-action remake of Mulan, but I did see this review, and all I can say is, stop making your strong females perfect. It's not fun. It's not engaging. We want to see the hero's journey. We want to see these characters fuck up and make it better. Still need to watch the live-action Cinderella remake. I remember having fun while watching the Jungle Book remake. Bill Murray as Baloo was interesting, but Christopher Walken as King Louis being portrayed as a gigantopithecus instead of an orangutan, which, why is there an orangutan in India? But whatever. That was interesting. All I can say is if you want a good live action Cinderella, you have two choices. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, which was on, it was like made for TV movie, it was on ABC Family, and it had Moesha playing Cinderella. So good. But also Ever After with Drew Barrymore. Those are the good live action Cinderellas, and I will stick by that. But Disney Cinderella animated is still best, I think. The live action Disney remakes need to be the movies that didn't go well. They need to stop making these movies on the IPs that already won, that already made the money, and just do something with the old shit, especially now that they have the power of hindsight and knowing what the fans want. Hell, hire some of the fan fiction writers to make a script. I mean, hell, they got a fan artist to do the Pokemon designs in Detective Pikachu, and that rocked. The Snow White live action, I haven't watched a Disney live action since Cruella, I think. Because I just reached a point where I was like, these are not worth consuming. It's not bringing anything, it's just painting the originals with a live action paintbrush. Apologies for the mixed metaphor. But it's not good. It's not worth it. I mean, especially after the failure of The Lion King, where it was still technically animated, but none of the animals emoted, so nothing had the same impact that it did with the original. At the very least, if they were going to make a live-action Lion King, it should have been like the Broadway production, with all the costumes. That would have been just so fucking good. Cruella was just a wannabe Joker. I could see some of the scenes for being like that, but just they try too hard to. No. You know what the problem is? The problem is trying to make villains squeaky clean. And it's like, oh, they're just so misunderstood. But here's them being, very kind now, and now they don't want to hurt anybody. And it's like, fuck you. Give us villains that we love to hate. We can still have movies where the villain is generational trauma, because some of them are very good, like Encanto. But let us have just pure evil villains again thrown into the mix. Like, don't make every single villain one way or the other. Give us a hodgepodge so we don't know what to fucking expect! Hello there, Schwanky. Just got out of bed. It's like 7 in the morning. It seems like breakfast entertainment is secured. Well, not sure how much longer I can do this, because now it's 1 a.m. for me, and I can feel my throat getting all scratchy from all the talking. Yes, very much a lot of these live action things. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. There is no live action Mulan. Do not believe your eyes. Trust in Big Brother. Anne Hathaway, a girl boss. Go sleep. I will in a minute. Like when I play Minecraft, I now have to either do it in the daytime or have some kind of uh, some external pressure, because I recently played it until like 2 a.m. and I needed to get up at 7. Thankfully, I get to sleep in tomorrow. Oh, you almost ripped out a new piercing. Ow! Very much ow. Like, I've got a nose stud, and I have accidentally pulled it out a couple times. Usually by, it's usually by my fucking towels that do that. You know, just the terry cloth loop catches it and like, ow! Thankfully, I've not had major damage from any, sudden piercing removal, but still. Just got your ears pierced and realized how many times you hit your ears? Yeah, not a fun way to discover a habit. Not Big Brother. Not Big Brother. Big Sister. Big Sister is watching you. Always watching you. Are you being good? You'd better. 2,399 hours on Overwatch. I don't know of any game I've played with that many hours, or at the very least none that are tracked. Well, even if I am not sticking around very long, it was still lovely for you to spend a few minutes with us. I do try to stream every Friday, but I try to do it later at night because that's mainly when I have time to do this stuff. Alright, with that, Big Sister audio now, like the other side of the Rebel series. Wasn't the character in one of the later Star Wars games second sister? Oh, what the this is what happens when I move monitors. Just everything goes wonky. Alright, that's a little better. Nickel, for every time my video game main was a lesbian, I'd have 2 nickels. Tracer in Overwatch and Vi in League. Yeah, but Vi's cool. Although, again, my main knowledge of League characters is from Arcane. Arcane was very fun. Very much enjoyed Arcane. Third sister? I don't know. Or 3D sister. One of the Inquisitors. Funnily enough, I only know second sister from, what was it? JT Music did a rap of that. They did 2 songs from Jedi Survivor games. Is that what it was? Dancing Bear? Maybe. Yeah, I think this is a good time as any to wrap up. Especially because I'm starting to get extra silly. And that very much happens when I'm tired. It also happens when I'm intoxicated. Vi would be an asshole to you, and Tracer is usually a sweetheart to all. Yeah, Vi definitely gives that vibe. She was very much a disaster lesbian in Arcane, especially Season 2. Yes, it's good night. As always, I love having you guys here. I love interacting with you. I love just getting in touch with my community. I hope you enjoy the videos in the coming week. I'm still trying to do a bunch of stuff behind the scenes to make this channel grow and be better and more fun. Essentially, I'm trying to live up to and possibly beyond the expectations that you all have for me. And I find that's a good external motivator. Although, don't worry, I have no intentions of driving myself to burnout. And if I, heaven forbid, I do reach burnout, I'll take a hiatus or something. I do understand the value of self-care. But I also just have so much goddamn motherfucking fun with all of this. Good night to all of you. If you want to plan ahead, I start my streams at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that's when it's guaranteed I will have space to myself and not a lot of noise to battle against my loyal cultists. Oh, I feel like Cabal now. Don't need us, especially not you. Well, I do call you my honey drops for a reason. All right, my lovelies. Until next time. Bye-bye.